Hello. Bryony and the team have asked me to do a little input into sustainability. I think I was asked because I did the 1-year course and we were able occasionally to pop down to the pool eco centre in the Dolphin. The lovely Deanne used to take her hand massaging stuff, and I would sometimes take some activity suitable for children. We used to have preschool children and occasionally homeschooled children. We had some quite successful afternoons. One of the things I'll show you that we did do in the run-up, the autumn time, about the same time as we're going to be looking at this, was these cards. This is made out of old Christmas cards, and I don't know if you can see this one. This is one I made with my granddaughter about 4 years ago, and she wanted white and black Christmas cards with glitter. Well, we had one black one, but the majority were navy and white. So it's about 4 years old, and it was on her bed, and it's still looking okay. It's literally Christmas cards cut into triangles with a hole stamped through, which was quite sweet. This was one we did for the Eco Centre, which was star shapes, and I just did them in shades of sort of blues and greens, really. And here we've got one that's, I guess, a daisy. So they're very easy to do. So one of the things I'm about to do is make a little decoration like that for my mum and dad, who've moved into a care home. So they won't have their traditional Christmas box of bits and pieces. And I thought, as mum likes robins, I could make something with robins. Funnily enough, I've gone through and I found about 10 of the robins all facing that way, and I found one of a robin facing that way. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. I've decided on that shape. And I might do something with some red beads to represent berries, or cards with berries and glitter. Not sure. Anyway, I think they'll like it. So I think that'll make a nice little gift. Something else you can do with your cards, of course, is to turn them into gift labels. You simply cut out a gift label shape, put a hole in it and some string, and it makes a nice gift label. But as you will see, there is a specially made deliberate error here. And I've cut them the wrong way up, because when you put the hole in, the tag will be that way round. So that's a mistake. So if you concentrate, that's a really nice thing to do. Okay, one of my favourite things to do with old Christmas cards is to turn them into little tiny gift boxes. I've got an assistant for this bit. And you can do it obviously with plain cards, like we've done here. But they make lovely little gift boxes at Christmas. So this one was probably made with a card about this sort of size. So they're never very big, but they make nice little gifts if you're doing something posh. Or you can use them, say, in that 24 days of Christmas thing with Sweetie, or a posh Ferrero Rocher if it was an adult, something like that. Obviously, rings and jewellery is always lovely. Right, Michelle's going to help by making one for me, which means I tell you how to do it without missing any bits. So there we are. So what you need are squares of Christmas card. And I have prepared by getting these squares cut to speed it up. So what you need is the card in a square. The top of the card square is always bigger than the bottom of the card square. And I can't tell you by how much. It's not a science, it's kind of experience. If it's thick card, you need a bigger difference. If it's thin card, you can get away with not so much. If it's paper, it's almost identical. So there's a nice card there with 2 squares. Now, the reason I had that one on the top is because all you'll see at the end is about that in the middle. So you want something that gives you a central picture, and that one's got a Christmas tree almost in the centre. So this robin is a lovely card, which I've done again with the 2 different sizes, but you'll probably only see the orange of the chest, and his head will be down the side. So I've done lots. I think this one would be all right because it's got a nice centrally. So I'm going to put some in front of Michelle and let her choose which one she fancies, whichever one she fancies. Michelle, if you just pick up a card, I'll show you how to do it. That one? The glittery one. Okay, you want both bits, the front and the back. And I'm going to suggest for the first one you start with the back.
Okay.
So what you need to do is have the back that way up. You take a ruler and a pencil and you go from corner to corner. And then the other way, corner to corner, so you've got it absolutely. So basically you want the centre point. Right, when you've done your lines, shall I do the first one for you? You can do the top. You fold your paper to the corner, hold it on the corner and squash it down really well. This is where having strong fingers is good. So you squash it down all the way round and you end up with a smaller square. Right, all the way round. Do you want to carry on with that one and I'll start on your top for you. Okay. So open those up so you can see the corner, do the last one. Okay, so for the sake of the video we've skipped ahead and partly done a couple more. So Michelle and I have now got 2 squares of a different card, a top and a bottom, and we're going to show you that folding again. So all 4 corners to the middle to make a square, and now you open them up and you fold them in individually, fold one in, and then you have to fold this shorter line to this middle line. Hope that makes sense. So you take the one, just put one in, keep the point on there on the square, and then fold the whole piece so it lines up with the lines you did with pencil earlier. That's it, well done. And then fold it as neatly and flatly as you can. So it's a really neat, because that's actually the corner of your box. Right, you open that one out and you do the same with the next corner. To the middle, flat, 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 nice all in line. You've got a nice line to fold it to. Use your fingers, fold, fold, fold. That's it, as hard as you can. So you've got 4 of those to do on each side of the box, that's 8. This is the most tedious bit, I think.
It's stiff.
Yeah, it is stiff. Yep, if you need me to help push, I can. Alright, so
All of the corners?
I'm doing the top because it's got the pattern. Yeah, all 4. Yeah, all 4. Now, if you're doing this, if we were meeting in person, I would have given you probably a square with some lines drawn on it to make it easier for the first one. But I don't think you'll be able to see it on the video. But you've now got a box with lots of lines on it, but they're fold lines, not paper lines. Okay. All right. So let's start with Michelle's piece.
I've got one more to do.
Oh, you've got one more to do. Okay. Doing really well. All right. Well done, Michelle. Now I'm going to show you. This is another tricky piece.
Okay.
If you look at your box in the light, you can see the size of your box, the centre box, roughly that size in the middle, right? And that's the piece you're now going to make. That's it. We'll start with your bottom piece. You can see, I don't know if you can see that on the video. You've got lots of little lines. So I'm going to show Michelle how to cut it. So you take your scissors and you're going to make the square. You take it from, take one of the lines to the corner, another line to the corner. No, turn it around to the corner, turn it around to the corner, and what you end up with is a long thin piece like that, because you've cut them on opposite sides. So you get one long thin piece and you get 2 sort of triangular pieces. So now Michelle's going to demonstrate folding the box into a box. So you start with the two triangle sections and you take the pointed end of both of those sides and put them in the middle where the pencil lines meet. You bring the side of that piece, triangle piece, forward and push it around a bit more. Push it around so the side goes all the way along. That's it. And you keep the flatted. That's it. So they overlap to create strength in the box, and then you use the long thin pieces to fold over the top. That's it. Fold it over the top. That's it. I hold it there. That's it. Brilliant. That's good. And then the other side. Overlap, fold. Let's have a look. Let's see our finished box. Oh, that's pretty. That's a snow scene. Lovely snow scene. And can we see the inside of the box and see how neat that looks? Oh, that's nice because you've got the red square of the card making an interesting lid. Now this is the testing moment, Michelle. See if the two sides fit together. And if they don't the first time, turn it round. Hey, well done, Michelle. One box. Thank you. So the question for today is being environmentally friendly, living a sustainable lifestyle, making conscious choices important if you're a Christian? God says in his word, his Bible, he says quite a lot. I'll read one here. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So God owns it. It's on loan to us. There are Psalms which say, the sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Another one says, the earth is the Lord and all its fullness, the world and all those who dwell therein. In the New Testament, Paul says, he tells us to be stewards in God's household. A steward in that time was in full charge of the household and was accountable only to the owner. The steward was expected to be faithful in dispensing to the household exactly what had been entrusted to him. So I think it is a Christian issue, and I think we should be leading the way, not in some, modern, the latest trend, the latest group, the latest group we can join and protest about. I don't mean that at all. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, if we are Bible-believing Christians, we should take God at his word and understand that he's lent it to us and he expects us to treat it with respect because it's his. And if you respect somebody, you look after this stuff they lend you. Right. Sorry about that. But it's really close to my heart. And once you start, you can keep seeing things that you can change, right? You can keep seeing ways to improve your sustainability. It can be just little things to start with. Buying a glass bottle to carry your water in instead of a plastic one. Using washable straws instead of plastic ones. Never having balloons in your house that are likely to float off and either kill a local sheep or fish in the sea that we don't see. So there's all sorts of things. And when you get into that mindset, we do all sorts of exciting things with the scraps we've got. And living here in the country village, I'm able to swap my apples with somebody else's plums. So I'm in a blessed state. But even in your own flat, in a city, it's surprising what a difference you can make by the choices you make. And just on a finishing note, I'd like to show you some of the things my grandchildren have made me out of Grandad's wooden scrap pile. So I had a birthday during lockdown, and Michelle had the lovely idea of going to the scrap pile with Grandad, and she designed put a love sign for me. It's 2 pieces of scrap wood that she's cut under supervision and lined the back with some red tissue paper. And isn't that an absolutely amazing gift? For the same birthday, Daniel very kindly went in the wood pile as well. and he and Grandad have made me a lovely bee hotel. We did try videoing this in the garden, but it was too noisy and you couldn't hear it, was so much wind. So this is from scrap wood as well for my birthday. Daniel's made, he's got bamboo, he's got sawdust, he's got all sorts, and it's all for different insects, and it's all from the scrap pile and has cost absolutely nothing, and it's a fantastic gift. So I'm just encouraging you to look around your house, see what you've got, and start making. Bless you.